What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron Rhodes. We're going to take a look at the fight card coming up this Saturday. It's UFC on Fox 15. We got Luke Rockhold versus Machida. This fight card is actually pretty cool. There's a lot of good fights on this. Even the undercard is pretty good. So we're going to take a look at these. I'm just going to give my predictions, and we're going to go over everything and take a look and see how we do. So right now, we got, the main card here. We got Felice Herrig and Paige Van Zandt. We got Cub Swanson, Max Holloway, Jacare Souza, and now Chris Camozzi, which I don't think anybody's looking forward to that fight. And then we got Luke Rockhold and Machida. If you go down here and you look at the undercard, we got St. Peru and Pat Cummins. We got Elijah Sterling. It's fun to watch. We got some veterans and Tim Means and George Sullivan. James Hades is fun to watch. So it's going to be a fun card, even with the prelims and everything going on. We're going to use SureDog.com here to help us out, help us go through this a little bit. So we're just going to take a look at the main card here. We're going to start off with this 125 women's division fight. Here's the thing. I like women's MMA. I think it's fun to watch. But this 125 division, that whole Ultimate Fighter thing turned me off. I feel like that show was like a beauty contest for these women more than it was anything. And, perfect example, the woman who won that show just got her ass kicked to, a real fighter. Felice Herrig, I don't think is a real fighter. I think she's horrible. And Paige Van Zandt's a little, a hype train, little bunny rabbit right now. And this fight's just going to be interesting because I don't think either one of these girls is very good, and I think they're horrible together. So it's going to be, it's going to be a fun fight because of that, I think. I think Paige Van Zandt is more real and more into this than Herrig is. So for that reason, I think Van Zandt's going to win this fight. She's going to come out like a little bunny rabbit jumping around. She's going to throw some punches. She's going to storm over Herrig, and it's going to be over before it gets started. I think this might go a round or two, but in the end, I think Van Zandt's going to take this pretty easily. So moving on to a real fight, we got Cub Swanson and Max Holloway. This fight's going to be pretty fun. Both of these guys aren't afraid to get into it. They'll stand there and trade. We saw Cub Swanson just get freight trained by Frankie Edgar's last fight. And Max Holloway, he's been hanging on strong. He's not a finisher. He doesn't really have the power to finish people. He could submit people, but it's got to go to the ground to submit. I don't think this one's going to go to the ground. I think, it's going to be a standing war. Cub Swanson has more power than Max Holloway, and because of that, I think Swanson's, going to get this. I think he'll get in there sooner or later. I think he'll find that punch, and he'll get in there. Max Holloway's not an easy guy to finish, but in the end, I think Swanson's, he's just better. He's more, and it's hard to say coming off his last fight. But I think he's solid. He's more put together, more well-rounded. If he has to, he can take it down. I don't think he will. I don't think there's any need to in this fight. But he can, and he will if he needs to. Max Holloway, I think he's just going to get beat up a little bit. It's going to go pretty similar to the Conor McGregor Max Holloway fight. Except less trash talking, obviously. I just think Cub Swanson's got it here. It's going to be a fun fight. I think it's going to go back and forth. But in the end, I think Swanson's going to find that punch. He's going to get in there. I think he'll finish Max Holloway. Alright, moving up. We got Jacare Souza and Chris Camozzi. Gotta be honest, I'm not looking forward to this at all. I don't know why the UFC thought this was going to be a good fight. I don't know why Chris Camozzi thought that he can come back in and give Jacare another shot. His last fight was horrible with this. It wasn't even close. Jacare just completely just annihilated Chris Camozzi. Chris Camozzi has lost like his last like 5 fights, I think. Like he's not even good. I mean, look at that guy. I mean, doesn't even look appealing. Go through here and you look at his last fights. I mean, look at this. It's lost to Jacare in the first round. It's a technical choke, and before that, even before the choke got going, it was just an ass kicking. And he lost to Larkin. Larkin's not even that good. All decisions. This guy's just brutal to watch. I do not like this guy. I don't think he belongs in the UFC at all. Now credit, thank you for taking this fight, and saving the card, but it's not even going to be entertaining. Jacare is just on a different level. Chris Camozzi is just not very solid at all. It's not even, Jacare all the way on this one. If you want a good, even parlay, you're putting parlay on this, Jacare is a solid pick. I could go Swanson, Jacare, and then we'll discuss this last fight if you want a good parlay. But yeah, that's obviously going to be a Jacare win. It's going to be a very easy win. Unfortunately, I think this hurts Jacare more than anything. Because if he goes out here and beats Chris Camozzi, what does that mean for him going into this title shot? If he would have beat Romero, we would have been looking at a title shot. But now you're going to beat Chris Camozzi, who, is nothing, and it's not going to say a whole lot when you beat him. So, unfortunately, I think this fight hurts Jacare more than anything. But it'll be fun to watch because Camozzi is going to get finished again, and hopefully he'll be gone from the UFC for good this time. So now, we're going to take a look at this main event. You got Luke Rockhold and Lyoto Machida. Now, I'm a big Lyoto Machida fan. I love the guy. I love his attitude in fighting. I like Luke Rockhold too. Luke Rockhold's fun to watch. And a lot of people are picking Luke Rockhold in this fight. Machida's not an underdog a whole lot, but in this fight he is. So it's interesting. It's a really interesting matchup. Lyoto Machida's looked awesome. He got down to 185. He's had 4 fights at 185. 2 of them he finished, within 2 minutes of the first round. Luke Rockhold, he's been looking strong too since his Belfort fight. But unfortunately he hasn't really fought anybody that's worth anything. He's fought Tim Boetsch. He's fought, Michael Bisping. Those are guys that are outside the top 10. And it's just like, are they worth anything? I don't know. I don't think so. Machida's fought world-class guys, since the time he came into the UFC. So you look at these records here. You got Luke Rockhold, 8 wins by submission. He's a submission guy for sure. He's got a few TKO wins, not a whole lot. Look at his last records. He finished Philippou. He submitted Boetsch and he submitted Bisping. He got knocked out by Belfort. Prior to being in the UFC, he had Tim Kennedy, Jacare Souza, Keith Jardine, and Strikeforce. So he's fought good guys. And he did beat Jacare, which is pretty impressive. But that's before Jacare hit his prime. Jacare hit the UFC, and he's just been looking solid since. I mean, he's looked so much better in the UFC than he did anywhere else. Keith Jardine, he's always been kind of, just he's a fun guy to watch. He's never really solid, but he was fun. Tim Kennedy, he's fun to watch too. He's a fighter, but you just look at these guys, and none of them are really, top 5 guys, top world-class guys. And he's handled them well, and he's fought them good, but he hasn't fought anybody like Machida. And you look at Machida, and you look at all his fights, and he's just, he's 22-5. Most of these are in the UFC, which is incredible. It's an incredible record to have in the UFC. Look at this list of guys that he's fought. You got BJ Penn, Vernon White, Tito Ortiz. He's fought just so much better guys. You look at his losses here. He lost to Rampage, which I personally don't think he lost that fight. I think that was poor judge decision. Same with Phil Davis. I feel like he won that fight too, and he got robbed on the judge's card. But you look at these guys that he's lost to, and all these guys are people who can take him down. So with Shogun, obviously can't take him down, but when he lost to Shogun, that was Shogun in his prime. That was beast mode Shogun. Everybody was losing to Shogun at that point. Rampage, like I said, I think that was just poor judge's decision. John Jones, obviously, he's proved, that he's the beast. But come his next fight with Anthony Johnson, I think that's over. I think Johnson's gonna knock him out. And Phil Davis, again, another rob. But these are all people, Rampage took him down. Jones has the ability to take him down, but never did. But that capability is there. I think it was in Machida's back of his head. Phil Davis took him down. That's the only reason he won that fight, because he took him down. He hardly did any damage. And Chris Weidman took him down. So you look at all these people who Machida's lost to, and they're all people who take him down. I don't think Luke Rockhold is going to take Machida down. I don't think he's going to be able to. And because of that, I'm going with Machida on this fight. I think it's going to stay standing. I think Machida's going to be better there. I think the way I see this playing out, I think Rockhold, he's going to push the pace. He's going to try and attack Machida. He's not going to be able to hit him. He'll get some shots in there, but he's not going to hit. He's not going to get every shot in there. I think Rockhold's going to get frustrated. I think Rockhold's going to start chasing Machida. Machida's going to counter and do very well. I think he'll eventually put him away with an amazing counter strike that he always does, Machida style. So that's my pick. I think a lot of people are going with Rockhold, and I understand why. But I think Machida's got this. I think Machida's going to, he's going to buy his time. He's going to get Rockhold frustrated because he's not going to be able to take him down. He's going to miss his strikes. He's going to be chasing him. And I think Machida is going to do his thing that he always does. He's going to land that counter in there, and I think he's going to win. So if you're doing a parlay, I'm going Cub Swanson, Jacare Souza, and the other Machida. That's a solid parlay, and it should win you some money right there. I look forward to this fight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys think of these picks. Go ahead and comment on the post, and let me know. Next up, I don't really know what's next after this. I think we got, it's not on here. Usually they're on here. But I'm going to start posting these if everything goes well. So let me know what you think. And, I hope this is as good of a card as it sounds. And I look forward to it on Saturday night.